The last thing that we're going to do is show you how to delete data from the table. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify my secret PHP page so that right in front of every single record, I'm going to have the word delete. And it's going to be a hyperlink. And so it's going to be blue. And when I click on it, that's going to cause the whole row to be deleted. So what it'll do is it'll go to a page and it'll delete that, and then will reload the secret.php page. So in order to do this, I've got to make some modifications to my secret.php page. So here I am looking at my secret.php page, and here I see where it selects all of the cars, and here's where it goes through each row, and it creates the HTML that's going to display. Well, I want a delete right in front of the first input box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put an anchor tag. And so an anchor tag is also called a hyperlink. And I'm going to put the href equal to, and the page that I want it to go to is delete.php. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use what are called get variables. And I'm going to put a question mark after PHP, and I'm going to say ID equals, and then I'm going to put a question mark, a $ ID, and that's going to fill that in with my variable, so that if I'm trying to delete record number 5, it's going to say ID equals 5. If I'm trying to delete record number 10, it's going to say ID equals 10, and so on. So that passes some information, and that's what we call a GET request. And then last, I'm going to put angle bracket here, the word delete, and an end of the anchor tag. Okay, so that's going to give me a hyperlink, and if I go ahead and refresh my page here, there it is. Now if I hover over it, you can notice down below in the status area that it shows the page. And right now it's going to go to the delete.php. I haven't created that page, so nothing's going to happen. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create that delete.php page right now. Okay, so I'm going to New, and I'm going to go File, Save As, in my htdocs, delete.php. Okay, so now I've got the delete.php page. I'm going to start by doing the regular old PHP tags, and then all my data is going to go in there. So what the plan is to get the ID from the get string, and then I'm going to, and that's, I call it get string, but maybe we should call it the URL. It might make more sense to you. And then we're going to delete from the database. And then after we're done deleting it, we're going to go ahead and redirect or send them back to secret.php. Okay, so let's start by getting the ID from the URL. So when they click on this, you can see it says ID equals 5. That's part of the URL. So to get that, I'm going to create a variable called ID, and I'm going to set it equal to $_get, all capitals. And we've got an array of those. There's only one there right now, but it's named ID. Okay, so that's going to get that number 5 or whatever the ID is. Now I'm going to delete from the database. I have to have a connection, and I have to have an SQL. So I'm going to go ahead and put my connection up on top by using an include. So include, then within quotation marks I want to include my database connection, dbc.php. Now I just need my SQL, and this is a delete statement. Delete statements are pretty easy. Delete from cars. I'll put a line here where ID equals $ID. Okay, so that is my delete statement. And I want to make sure I put that where, because if I don't, then it'll delete all the cars. So now that I've got my SQL, I can go ahead and execute it. And I do that by doing the mysqli_query method. And I just need to include the connection and my SQL statement. Okay, so that will go ahead and delete the record. Then I'll go ahead and redirect them using the header method. And so I just put the location, and the location I want them to go to is the secret.php page. Now I'll go ahead and save this, refresh my page. I'll click this delete of the Dodge F10, and it's gone. So, and then it refreshed the page. Go ahead and delete the JDFK or whatever it is. That's gone. So the delete works just fine.